What's up YouTube, my name is Joshua Davis and I want to thank every single one of you guys for clicking on this video. So as you can probably tell from the title of this video, I'm not sure what it's going to be yet, but you already know what I'm going to be talking about. So basically I'll tell you a little backstory about how this video came. I watched my cousin's video, T Fitness, he's a YouTuber also. I'll leave a link in the bio. He does like a bunch of workout videos and basketball stuff, so if you want to check that out, do that. Subscribe to him, he's awesome. Anyway, so I want to talk about a video that he put up recently. It's called People Don't Want to Hear the Truth, and basically in that video he's talking about like, you know, how like one of the first things he says is like, look, I'll just go straight to the point, like, you know, this world is corrupt, people are hurting, you know, there's a lot of stuff going on, you know, all this stuff, and he basically starts talking about his purpose and what he feels called to do, which is like, you know, inspire people and talk to people about God and stuff like that, and how he's been holding back from making that video, you know, but he felt like he took a step of faith and actually was just like, look, I'm just gonna talk about it. And he even said, like, I know people might not even want to hear about it. They're like, oh, I don't want to hear about that God stuff, you know, that stuff isn't gonna help me, you know, get the girl, it's not gonna help me do this, you know. But like, I mean, in reality, that kind of stuff that's like all that stuff that the world tells you is good, you know, like saying like, oh, it's okay to do this, you know. Like, in the end, it's not gonna matter, you know. That's basically what he was saying. I mean, basically, I just wanted to emphasize on what he was saying. If you most likely probably haven't seen the video, so go check it out. It's a really good video. But yeah, he says stuff like people like these rappers and famous people, they have everything, you know. They have money, they have clothes, they have all this stuff, you know, but you know they're lacking God, and you know they're everything that comes out of their mouth, because like they have a following, like what, especially me, because I'm going into the music business. Like, as you progress and get better at your craft or whatever you're doing, you know, people are gonna hear about it and they're gonna like start listening to the words you say, you know. And like he was basically saying like they have all this stuff, and then once they like, when they make music, they put like all this crazy stuff, you know, sex, drugs, and anything else. They put that on the record, and that's what people hear, and people are singing along to those songs, you know, getting that stuff into their minds and their hearts, you know. And it's just poison, you know. Like, they're just wrecking themselves, because like there's a lot of people out there that are just talking about nonsense, you know, like talking about like, oh, I'm gonna have more money than this person, I'm gonna have the most money in the world, I'm gonna be the greatest of all time, you know. And you know, some of it's catchy, you know, honestly. Like, don't get me wrong, I listen to a lot of secular rock music. That's just because it's classics, it's great, you know. But the difference is like I don't let that stuff get into my head. Like, the stuff that they're saying, like I don't let that stuff get into my head as much as I did when I was younger, like in middle school. Because like, you know, I first heard Green Day. This is the time I first heard Green Day for the time, and they're talking about all this stuff, you know. And I love Green Day to this day, but you know, now I'm kind of learning how to like filter out my thoughts and how I think, you know, based on the music I'm listening to. So, but that's just one thing that I challenge you guys to do. Just make sure you're watching what you listen to, because you never know. Like sometimes what they be talking about is not what you want. You may like the song, and that's totally fine, because like I like a lot of good non-Christian songs out there, but that's just something to look out for. And then also, basically in the video, he was saying like, you know, how his purpose, like I said, his purpose to inspire people. And you know, I can relate to that, because like that's kind of what I want to do. Like, I want to be able to, like, that's why I make my Road to Worship series videos, because like I feel like, you know, long in the future or something like that, or maybe even now, I don't know, like there's some kid watching my videos, you know, wondering, because like when I was a kid, I wanted to know how every single like rock star got to where they're at, you know. I wanted to know every single little gig they played. I wanted to know like what gear they used when they first started. I wanted to know everything about how they started, just because like I'd be like, okay, if they did this to get this and this, then maybe I can do the same thing, you know. But there wasn't exactly like a lot of videos from their perspective. It was always like people talking about them, like in documentaries, saying like, yeah, I remember they played here and they were amazing, like they blew me away. And that's cool, like that was something. But like I wanted to make sure like I had like a first person view of, like, you know, being like, hey, this is my journey getting to where I am, you know. That's why I didn't start the series like once I got to where I was going, because I'm still not there yet. I wanted to start it like before I got there. That way you guys can see like my ladder to getting to where God wants me to be. You know, that's why I call it Road to Worship. You know, not just because like, you know, I'm going to play worship music or anything. I'm actually like, I'm still playing rock music, but now I'm playing more like, I'm playing rock music about Jesus. You know, I'm shredding for Jesus. You know, and so yeah, that's basically what I'm doing. You know, but I call it Road to Worship because like, you know, I just feel like worship has such like a powerful effect. You know, especially like if you're going through a hard time and you still worship, you may not even feel like it. And the main thing you may want to do is just like, you know, just have a pity party for yourself, you know, and just be like, oh man, I got all these issues, I got problems and stuff like that, you know. But like the best thing to do is just to worship God and just glorify Him and thank Him for everything, including the situation you're in, because like He's gonna see that and He's gonna honor that. You know, trust me, I know there's times where like man, stuff would happen and I would just be like, man, how is this gonna work? How am I gonna get out of this, you know? This is basically a dead end for me, you know? And you know, but like I literally forced myself. Like I was staring at my Bible and just being like, I don't know what to read. I don't know what verses to go to. I don't like, cause at the time I wasn't really that educated in the Bible. You know, I mean, I read it, but I didn't like, I couldn't remember anything. You know, I was just like, I have no clue what to read in there. So the only thing I knew what to do was just play guitar and sing. So I remember I grabbed my acoustic guitar, went outside, and just played and just sang songs about Jesus and how He's amazing and beautiful and awesome and all that good stuff. And like how His love never fails us and stuff like that. And anyway, so that's basically, and then after that, like I felt better, honestly. I felt really good, you know, just knowing that, you know, singing about His love and His mercy and how He's watching over us is just like, it's just like, man, it's such a good reoccurring feeling, or whatever the word is, that he's still watching you. He still has His hand on your life, and you know, it may get hard. You know, the Bible even says like, you may not understand what I'm doing now, but sooner in the future you will. And that makes a lot more sense now, because like I look back on my past and those situations that I was in and stuff, and times where like I was just like, that shouldn't have happened. Like, why is this happening? Everything was fine. You know, I don't understand how it could have messed up. You know. And now I'm starting to see like, oh, okay, that happened, you know, now I see what would have happened if that hadn't happened, you know, little stuff like that, you know, just, that'll alone just help you and get you through it, you know. If anything, I mean, like I said, I don't know what this video is going to be called, but I'm just trying to encourage y'all, you know, stay faithful and like, don't let the world get in your head. And another thing I want to encourage you guys with is just like to stay faithful, like, cause he knows what He's doing. God definitely knows what He's doing with your life. Like He knows everything that's gonna happen, and you know, and he's not gonna steal you. He's not gonna do you wrong. He's not gonna, you know, he's gonna put you in the right direction. All you have to do is trust Him, you know, cause like, luckily, I had the wisdom. Like I was like, when I was in my secular rock band, I was seeing where I was headed, and I was seeing where, you know, the dark road I was going down, you know. And the hardest thing, I loved playing with that band. I loved it. I mean, I look back on videos now and I was just like, man, that was so much fun. But like, I was seeing the path that I was going down, you know. I would always think to myself like, yeah, I'm still a Christian, but I want to play these songs, you know, about other stuff, you know. And like, it got to the point where like, it was like ripping me in half, you know, and like into two pieces, you know. And it got to the point where like, I couldn't do it, you know. And I talked to God, and I said like, and God's been telling me He told me like 8 months before I left the band, like He said, hey man, it's time to go. And at first I was like, no way, I'm not leaving. This band's gonna make me famous, you know. I'm gonna have so much fun with this band. I'm gonna become a rock star. I'm gonna be the greatest guitar player of all time. I'm gonna be better than Eddie Van Halen, you know. And so like, I was all like that. And God is so patient with us, man. Y'all just don't understand. He's so patient with us, you know. Because He was just like, I literally felt like He was just like, alright, you know. And He didn't say anything. And then like a little bit later He said like, hey, you need to leave your band. And I was like, and then it got to where like, I'm not going to. It got to like, I can't, because like, it started to feel like it was an obligation, which is not the way I feel like it should be. I feel like it should just be for the pure enjoyment of it, you know. I started to feel like it was an obligation. Not exactly like against anyone, just like, I don't know, I was feeling like because we were starting to get like attention from people, and I feel like I had to do this, I had to do that, you know. I couldn't wear my cross necklace. Like they were talking, we had a meeting, and they were saying like, you know, you need like you need to put this under your shirt. And this thing, like, people asking me like, why you wear it so much? This is like just a reminder that, you know, I'm carrying my cross, and that like God's always with me, you know, no matter what, you know. That's why. And so they're saying stuff like that, and I was just like, I don't, like, I can't just, you know, do both. And they're saying like, dude, you gotta be, you know. And like I said, no offense against anyone, like, it wasn't really towards anyone. It's just like, that's like, I didn't dwell on it, because like I was just like, okay, you know, I want to play music, you know. That's what I was thinking. I wasn't thinking about the after effects. I was just thinking about playing music and playing for 1,000 people, you know. And so that was in the back of my mind. Like, I was like, I can't wear this simple cross now. This is not gonna do anything, you know, stuff like that. But then like it got to the point where like I took a trip to New Orleans, and I found I just felt like this spirit of darkness over there. And like in these places, like these bars and stuff like that, we walked by, and I was just like, I'm like, I don't want to play there. I don't want to be in that. I don't want to be in that mess, you know. And so and it wasn't just me that felt that same presence, you know. It was my whole family. Like we ended up going to Hard Rock Cafe, which was awesome. It was really cool, you know. So we sat down, and once we sat down, and you know, the server, you know, ordered our drinks or whatever, all that stuff. And they were just, my sister was just like, yeah, I didn't feel comfortable walking around there. And everyone else was like, yeah, I felt it too. I didn't say anything, because I thought, I was just like in shock. I'm like, y'all felt it too, you know. And then I went home, and then I prayed again, and I was like, do you, like, just like, I was hoping he would say no, because like I didn't want to have to go through that. But he was just like I just remember praying, he's being like, do you want me to leave my band? And he was just like, yeah, I want you to leave your band, because I have better plans for you, you know. And he really, I remember him really emphasizing on, I have better plans for you. I have better plans for you. And I remember I prayed that prayer probably 1,000,000 times. It was like, I was like, are you sure? Like, I've been with this band since middle school. Are you sure you want me to leave? You know. And he's like, yeah, you know, I'm even gonna help you do it, you know. So the day came, and I left the band, and thankfully, I thank God for this. I'm still friends with all those guys in the band. We're still hanging out. We're still best friends. It's all good. So yeah. So that happened, and then like, I want to say immediately, but it was over like a month or so, like a process. You know, people were hearing that I left, and you know, all this stuff. Next thing I know, like there weren't like other secular bands. They were all church bands, like churches. Everyone's coming up to me asking me if I would play at their church, you know, and I just felt so flattered. I didn't know what to do, like, because my cousin that I was talking about, his dad is a pastor at a church, and he came over to my house one day. Like, everyone was over, he was at a gathering, and he goes, hey man, you know, like, I want you to come play at my church. Just like a random, like, he knew I could play guitar for years, like, he's known that. But then for some reason, all of a sudden, he's like, hey, I want you to come play at my church sometime, you know, it'd be cool. And I was just like, all right. And then like, I go somewhere else, and someone's like, hey, come play here, you know. And I was just so flattered. I didn't know what to do. I'm like, everyone wants me to play at their churches. I don't know what to do, you know. And God was like, yeah, remember that better plan I have for you? This is it, you know. And you're not even, this isn't even the best part yet. Like, the best is yet to come, and the best part still hasn't even happened yet, you know. There's been some cool events that God has opened doors for, because like, after that, you know, I'm currently on my way to leading worship on the main stage at my church, which is very exciting. And to process, that's going to be on the Road to Worship vlogs. And at the moment, I'm actually going into the studio with a friend of mine to record some songs that I have written, and so that's exciting. I'll keep y'all posted on that, so just stay tuned. And also I got booked for a worship night at my home church. So that's gonna be like the I don't know how to explain, like the big one, I guess, you know. And that's really exciting. But that just goes to show that like God is faithful, and that He'll open doors for you. Like for me, I feel like He opened doors of opportunity, and He closed doors of like, you know, hardships that I probably would have had to go through had I stayed in that band. I would have had fun, but it just would have been a struggle, you know. But yeah, guys, I know this video is super long, so if you're still watching, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I hope I helped you guys out, you know, by like ensuring your faith and giving you some encouragement, you know, just to keep moving and keep trusting God and having faith. But But yeah, that's it for this video. Rock on and be blessed.